Okay, guys, so I'm wait for a few people to come in and we'll see what's happening. Just check the YouTube side. So I see there's ads on the YouTube, so I'll just leave there, yes. So I see there's 3 people in, so I'm not sure if you're in or you're watching ads, so I'll wait a few more seconds or a few more minutes until the ads finish, until I see people commenting in the comments and I know they've got past the ads. Ah, well, Daniel, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Nice to see you dropping in. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi. Really appreciate it. Hope all is good with you. Just wait a few more minutes and see what's happening. I think Cruiser Mac was live earlier. I'm not sure if he's still live or not. I was over at his live while I was setting this up. So I'm not sure. Let me see if my ads are still running on the Facebook side, or they're not the Facebook, the YouTube side. They are. Let's see what's here. Okay. So don't forget, if you can hear me, guys, hit the like, please. Really do appreciate it. Anyone's in the chat. Anyone, no, it could be quite enough Sunday tonight because I just set this up fairly late. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be back in time to do it, so I was. So I just set it up then. And Parknest, good to see you, sir. Link is there if anyone wants to come up. Again, as I say, I'm only doing 2 hours during the summer because people have other things to do, and there might be good weather and stuff like that. So winter time, I'll go back to my 3 hours probably. Excuse me, not hay fever, not COVID, but hay fever. I suffer from hay fever, guys. So that's what I'm sneezing for. Let me see, Bill, welcome in. Good to see you, Bill. Sorry, I missed you coming in there. How was my day today? Didn't do much, to be honest. Watched a bit of sport on the TV and mainly lazed around. Then had to go and get some stuff elsewhere, and that was about it. Really, nothing too productive, Bill. But nice quiet day, the way I like them. Checked out a few videos on YouTube, and let me see what else did I do. I was over on Cruiser Mac for a while, watching his live stream, so stuff like that. So as I was saying, anyhow, welcome in, guys. Everyone, welcome in. Whoever's in the chat there. I have set the as usual, you have to be subscriber to comment. So if you are there and you can't comment yet, that means you're not subscribed yet, or you haven't been subscribed for 20 minutes. So hit the subscribe button, guys, and you can comment then all you want. As usual, hit the like if you don't mind. And so what has everyone been up to? Have people noticed that the scrap prices are beginning to drop a bit on certain items? I think copper has dropped back a bit. Aluminium may have dropped back. Brass has stayed the same. But again, for hobbyist scrappers like me, who's just doing this for the gold recovery and as a hobby, scrap prices don't really affect me that much, because if I don't want to sell it, I won't sell it. If I do want to sell it, I will sell it. Gulf Coast, welcome in. He was the first guy in. Raphael Scrapper, welcome in. My shiny friend. Your day will come, Raphael. Your day will come. But then again, you're a strawberry owl head on you, so you probably won't go bald. Strawberries don't go bald. I'm still taking apart these phones that I was given by some guy. I was also given a lot of breakers. I seen watching Cruiser when he was on about them today, and I think he's a video up where he got a rake of them as well, and they weren't as good as he had hoped. So that was disappointing. I hope the breakers I got will have some silver in them. So I hope it'll be a regular contact, this guy that give me the breakers. So he's an electrician. So any breakers he gets, he said he'll send them my way, which is good. Just trying to find the right screwdriver. There we go. I've been running my recovery waste through a copper cell. Oh, that's interesting. So when you say running your recovery waste, is that like from all your nitric experiments and stuff like that, where you've been using nitric acid, any of the waste from that, is it, that you're running through the cell now, or is it leftover bits and pieces? Scrap metals are low, but not that bad yet. Yeah, they just dropped a bit. Like if you compare them to 2 years ago, they're still up on what they were 2 years ago. So there's still money out there, but it's just when they were so high, people now are beginning to get worried that they're going to drop back more or whatever. But I remember when a ton of steel was 30 quid. So until it gets back to that, every day is still better than what it was, back then. So it's just the way it is. Oh, interesting. We got a 32 megabyte card in that phone. Wow, 32. Imagine back in the day. I wonder what's on that. Will I put it into the laptop? I'll do that later, and we'll see. There might be some music or something on it. I don't know. Out of an old Nokia phone. So, if all else, at least we have the gold little contacts on it. Ralph Morrick, welcome. Go man, get your coffee. So at least we have the gold contacts off it anyhow. So a little bit of gold out of them. Let me see what else is people saying. Surprise, what did I miss? It's from the waste bucket after cementing copper and whatever else out onto the steel. Oh, okay, so you're cleaning up your waste. Ooh, that was sore. I just caught myself on them little bits of steel there, sharp as a razor blade. But 20 a ton back in the day when I started scrapping. There you go. So $20 a ton for steel back in the day. So that's how bad things were, and people still were able to survive on them prices. Now I know everything else wasn't as dear as well to buy in shops and stuff like that. So inflation was a bit lower and all that. But what I found is a lot more people are not picking up scrap because of the prices dropping back. They're leaving it for other people are a bit fussier on what they'll pick up. So they're not going picking up, we'd say, bulky items take up a lot of room in their trailers, but the weight isn't there for value. So I've noticed that with guys that are scrapping, and I've noticed that a lot of scrapyards as well is getting fussy around what they take as well and how it has to be cleaned up and stuff like that. So that's something else. Disappointed on that. No gold on the board. As you can see, it's just black contacts. So a crappy little bit of a board off that phone. So that's a bit disappointing. Let me see. Nobody picks up shred metal back then. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's getting that way now. Some people are getting fussy again what they're picking up. Before this, they were picking up washing machines, fridges, whatever they could get their hands on because the prices were high. Now prices are dropping back, and you'd see that some scrap people won't pick up the washing machine anymore, won't pick up the dryer because it takes up too much space and the weight isn't what they want. Used coins are my number one favorite. There you go. So Gulf Coast still picks up all the appliances, which is good. Well, not too bad of a board there. Bit of gold flashing, some nice chips on it because which chip is it? Is this one? I think it is. Yeah, if you look closely, I don't know, can you see there with the camera? But the camera's not great for it. But there is a gold bond wires. You can almost see them going in at the edge on the phones there. So it's something nice when you see a few of them. You can actually see the gold bond wires. Again, even that camera there at the back, when I pull it off, should have a little bit of gold flashing underneath. Who did I see coming in there? Pooh's mate, welcome in. And I seen someone else. Double Restorations, welcome in. Good to see you. Who else did I see? Electronic Scrapper. I said hi to Daniel Stives. I said hi to Daniel. Said something. Tin Songs and a Salary. That's all that'll be on that. Yeah, I suppose that's all that'll be on that card. Getting coffee. Ralph Morrick said, as long as Shred continues to pay for my week's gas and put a bit of cash in my pocket to pay for my refining. I'm happy. There you go. That's what I do with my. That's the way I look at the shred or the any of that sort of stuff I pick up that isn't gold related. That's to pay for my hobby of doing the refining and pay for the acids and pay for the gloves and pay for the respirators and pay for whatever. As long as that covers me, then my hobby isn't really costing me anything. And at the end of it, hopefully I'll get some gold, and hopefully in years to come, because I don't need to cash that gold yet. If gold value holds its value or increases in years to come, I'll make money. So that's what it's all about. Scrapping together, welcome in. Good to see you. Right, where was I going doing? I was going pulling this out. I bet I didn't bring what I needed up. I didn't, but anyway, this might work. This might just do the job. There we go. So I wanted to show on the bottom of these little cameras on the old camera phones. The new ones don't be quite as good, but on the old ones, on the back, you've got some nice gold flashing. So on a little ceramic board, again, you could. I haven't really done anything with these yet. I'm deciding what is the best way to do it, whether to just put them into the copper chloride to remove the gold flashing first, then take them out and burn them in case there's gold bond wires running inside the ceramic. Take them out and burn them, or just burn them and deal with it afterwards. But when you burn them, if the heat gets too much, which it probably will, I'm worried about that gold not being able to be recovered, that gold again. But when I put it through the Aquarija, it should work. But anyhow, a few decisions to be made on what I'll do with all them. Nice little bit of gold there, as you can see the shine on it. So that's on the back of the camera, and when you pull it out underneath, I don't know if you see in there, but in there you have gold little pins, contacts. So again, it all adds up. Not many people can say they have a hobby that doesn't cost anything. Correct. Most hobbies do cost money, whether it's golf, tennis, whatever sport you're into, gaming, whatever, fishing, whatever it is, it all costs money. Some aren't burn. Okay, so you can't burn the ceramics. You are correct. But I meant maybe crush them up and put them into the acid or something. But if I crush them up, I suppose crushing up would be the easiest way, wouldn't it? If I just crush up that ceramic and put it into Aquarija, it should work. Should work. So that's what I might do. I might actually crush them, and that way then if there is any bond wires in the ceramic, it should get to them. Hopefully. That's the plan. See what sort of chips are hidden underneath these little things. Yeah. How are you getting on with your crushing, Mr. Raphael Scrapper? A couple of years ago, was it a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago now? You were making a crusher for IC chips, but I haven't seen anything in a while on that, because I was looking forward to seeing how that worked. Okay, so on the back, when I take off them little shields, we have a few chips on it. Again, down here you can see there's some gold pins. On the end, there's some gold pins and a bit of gold flashing. So we'll take off this little bit of steel here and see what's under that. I've been busy. We get both trucks loaded, and the trailer now I just need to sort and clean stuff. So get on with it, Bill. Don't be telling us about it. Get on with it. Only joking. I hear a bleep in the basement, and let me see who it is. Oh yeah, it's my good friend from the Netherlands. We don't need to say any more. We all know who he is. Welcome in, Ralph.
Hello.
You got your coffee anyway, so you've got your caffeine boost.
Yes, I ran out of drinks again, so coffee again.
I watched
do some shopping tomorrow.
I was saying I watched your video finally this morning.
Yeah, I saw.
Lying in bed, I got around to it. I enjoyed it. I like the bit where the zinc. You were there and you go, this could be very explosive. And you put it in, you were here, not very reactive. Initially, you touched it and boom.
Yeah, I pushed it down into the molten copper. Yeah, and I've now received my order of bismuth.
Hold on now. Put that bigger so people can see.
It doesn't look very special now, but with the right light, there's a tiny like rainbow-like tinge to it. And the bismuth, when you melt it and let it crystallize, it turns into all these like square-looking crystals, which is something I might try with anything left over. But I've learned about a new type of bronze, which is called sunset bronze, and that requires some bismuth. That's why I bought 1 kilogram of bismuth to play with. Probably not going to use it all for the bronze, but that's something for the near future. So
So it's always
another type of bronze bar to be made.
Another project for you.
Yeah.
To be working on. What were you up to today? Anything major? No?
I continued scrapping out my mom's dryer that broke down after 24 years of service.
Do you see what Daniel wrote there? It's Ralph Wood, my favorite mug.
Yeah, the Commodore 64 mug. This was actually a present from my brother for one of my birthdays, like, I don't know, several years ago. He didn't know what to get me, and, well, I still have my Commodore 64. It's up in my parents' attic. And, when the place is set up in my living room, I might set it up there. And I have rows and rows of those boxes of discs, and even have some of those carry cases that have the cassettes in there, because the games are on cassettes as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the card I got out of the phone here? Jesus, really big storage, 32 megabyte. I don't know what I'm going to store on that.
I was just thinking about that because it's not here. My digital SLR, I dug that thing out of the dust. I think I bought it close to 20 years ago. It had a 1 gigabyte memory card in it, which I changed to a 8 megabyte card at some point, gigabyte card at some point. And to do some stop motion not stop motion, time lapse for my printer, I can use that with a very elaborate setup, which I'm working on. Okay. But this thing does like 5,500 layers maximum, so that would be 5,500 pictures. And on the highest quality, I think I'm able to do a maximum of, with the 8 gigabyte card, I think it was like 3,000 somewhat pictures. So then I fall short a bit. So I thought I'd look for other memory cards, like bigger, like 16 gigs at least. But I ended up buying a 32 gigabytes card, and that still cost me like $40. But it's not an SD card. It's one of those micro drive compact flash cards that has all the tiny little holes. It's like this big.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it was quite difficult to find, but I'm glad I found it. I tested it in the camera, and it said, it immediately said, now you can make 16,000 photos. Okay, good. That should be enough.
Hey, Cruiser Mac. I was over at Cruiser Mac's live. He was live earlier.
Yeah, I saw he was live, but I was in the, I was over at Mom's in the garage taking apart the tumble dryer.
There's someone in the basement.
Basement.
Let me bring him up. It's Mr. Parknest.
The one and only.
Hello, Parky.
Hey, Irish and Ralph.
What's the story, Parknest?
Not much. I never knew you had a C64, Ralph.
Yes, that was one of my first computers after the Atari 2600. And from the C64, I went to the first Nintendo, and then the second Nintendo, and then Commodore Amiga, and then,
Well,
and I still have all of them.
We bring another guy up from the basement. This guy is still working.
I had a 48K Spectrum.
Oh,
wow. The rubber key one.
And then
I've got just two here with the built-in tape deck. And I've also got a BBC Model B, which were in every school in the UK. Hey, back.
Cruiser Mac.
Hey. He's still working in his shed.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I was disappointed that them breakers didn't have any silver in them, the first lot of breakers.
Yeah, me too.
I have a stack of breakers here somewhere.
At least one, even a small little contact in them. No.
So I was carrying my little bucket full of stuff over to the garage, and all of a sudden I was only holding the handle, and the bucket was on the floor, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it cracked.
Oh
yes.
dear, that's not good.
No, well, it still kind of works if for bigger parts. I'm not going to be transporting any liquids in it, but I found this in the trash anyway. So
Don't kick it.
Daniel still has an Atari 2600 XL.
What does the XL stand for?
Went to Amiga 500 after Spectrum.
I've got the Amiga 600, and that was exactly the same as the 500, only it came with a 40 megabyte hard drive, which was enough for Monkey Island 1, Monkey Island 2, and
Monkey Island.
And some of the software that came with the thing.
So it has a bigger hard drive than this card.
One game was New Zealand Story and Batman. Well, 2 games. New Zealand Story and Batman.
That was nice, yeah.
Because one of Amiga packs you could get had New Zealand Story and Batman included. You know, so this was back end of 80s.
I hate when you get them ones. Look at that off the phones. You know, the bloody ones with no gold on them.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of those. Yeah.
Damn them.
Yeah, there's a new Monkey Island coming.
Well, I got my Spectrum Plus 2 in 90s. I was going to get the Plus 3, so I found out you can't get the discs for love nor money. You know, the 3-inch Amstrad discs.
Oh,
couldn't get them for love or money. So I ended up buying my first PC, and the rest is history.
Cruiser Mac is turning into Ian Matthews there with the hammer, just baiting the living daylights out of something. I thought it was Ian Matthews that was there for a minute.
So yeah, I got some of the bits from the dryer, took them over here so I could take them apart. I noticed that the locking
thought you tried to repair it.
No. It's 24 years old. Nah,
not worth it.
Mom said I'll buy a new one. So this actually has a coil in it. It's cool for the mechanism.
We had one for ages, a White Knight.
And this
I kept it going for
brass pins in there, I think.
I repaired it quite a few times. I once had to change a drive belt on it.
I think Mom was scared of Ralph fixing it.
Yeah, because she heard my stories.
Yeah. You can't fool Mom.
No.
Another time I had to fix hinge on door. That's something else I had to do on that driver. A White Knight.
This was
you get all bits for it. In fact, I think White Knight, they were built in a factory not a million miles away from where I am. You know, the site's gone. It's not. The factory's actually gone now.
Is there any factories left in the UK, Berknest?
Not many.
The one that Ian Matthews works in.
Yeah.
Now that you're no longer part of the EU, there's going to have to be a lot of industry taken back in use to make your own stuff, because you're probably not going to be getting it from abroad.
Well, no, they can still get it abroad. No
problem.
China. The price of it is going to be dearer for anything made in Europe, but anything made in China will be still the same for them.
I guess, but I always would say, like, making your own stuff should be cheaper than getting it from all the way across the world.
Should be a priority.
And better quality too.
Yeah, we see it's the labor costs because we say if you're in a country like England where standard of living is higher than the standard of living in China, that means the labor costs are going to be dearer than the Chinese labor costs. So
yeah, true.
That's where you lose out on.
People aren't willing to pay.
No, because they're used to cheap crap now.
Well, I think they're getting used to now dear crap, because everything has gone expensive and it's still crap.
Yeah, the cheap has gone away.
Yeah, the cheap
everything's expensive. It's just how much more expensive do you want to go?
Yeah, well, I see our electricity companies here are putting another 10% up in August on electricity, so that means the cost of manufacturing goes up by 10% because everything uses electricity in manufacturing, so that increases manufacturing costs.
Everything just gets passed along.
Yeah.
Energy prices go up.
You know where the buck stops.
Yeah. Stuff never goes down, does it? Once it goes up, it stays up.
So I'm going to start filling this jar up with silver contacts. So check back in 10 years, it'll be full.
Yeah, I'm also collecting silver contacts right now.
I've started collecting silver contacts as well. So, well, in 10 years' time, we can all compare our silver contacts.
Well, it all depends on how much you get out of what kind of equipment and appliances that you scrap out.
Yeah. Well, you see, I have this guy, electrician guy now, who's giving me all the breakers, but then Cruiser disappointed me when I asked him was there any breakers, any silver in them breakers he broke up, and he said no, and they were good, like they were a brand, Siemens brand, a German brand, so I thought they'd definitely have silver in them, and they didn't have silver, so the ones I have aren't a Siemens brand, they're what's the company? What's that big electric company that used to be in GE? That's it, General Electric. Breakers, so they may have something, hopefully.
So General Electric, is that related to General Motors?
No, definitely not. Nothing to do with car company.
No.
Nothing.
But I think they were bought over by another company lately, that General Electric, by some other big, massive electrical company.
English Electric.
No, some other big American company, I think.
You know, not. Oh, know what happened to GM, don't we? Far from bankruptcy and had to sell half the car brands.
Yeah.
They didn't kill off. They've killed off Saturn and Pontiac. Killed them brands off. That's to sell Vauxhall and Opel to Group PSA. So all Vauxhalls and Opels are now, Citroens and Peugeots.
See around this camera off the phone, they've like gold color, but I'm wondering is that just like a painted gold or something? I don't know until I put it in the asset.
I have no idea.
I'll pull them off anyway because I couldn't see the reasoning for putting it around the camera frame on the phone. But I don't know. Maybe there might be a reason.
There might be a reason. There might not be.
Yeah, it's all about the bottom line.
There's a reason.
That's correct. I see. You were on earlier about Dan Cruiser on your live stream.
Oh yeah, any news?
He put a post up on Facebook a while back, so everything's okay with him anyway because he's seen him.
Yeah, he's washing the swimming pool out.
Yeah, he's washing the swimming pool out.
Okay.
I hadn't seen him in a while. I was worried as well because I sent him a Facebook message, but I got nothing back. And
Yeah, me too.
I hope everything was okay. So probably like he just wants a bit of time away from YouTube, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so it's good to see
Why not?
he's active.
Yeah,
anyway. Everything's okay.
He just wanted time away from us.
Yeah, can't blame him.
Can't blame him for that.
How are you finding the prices over there, Cruiser? You were saying there was a drop on copper price in your yard, was there? Not listening to me. He's on silent.
He's muted.
He's got his mic muted.
Well, I checked the list of prices on my yard, and stuff went down as well. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be going there within a month with a whole bunch.
First
stuff.
silver contact.
Slowly but surely.
Stop calling me Shirley.
Yeah, don't ever call me Shirley. Here, Irish, I'll open one of these breakers up for you here just to show you.
Yes, please do. That's what I want to see. I want to see
how
what's
horrible
inside
it is. Just.
Well, I was going checking out your video. You've done a video on them anyway, so I was going checking that out later.
Yeah, I'll do it now too.
Wow, you okay?
Marky, don't read that stuff. Here, I'll just mute
fine.
for a second there.
You get a lot of relays, don't you, Ralph? So you'd have,
Yes.
you'd have a lot of silver from the relays anyhow over time.
This is a small one. No, it's completely full of relays.
Oh yeah, so you'd have silver in
This
every
is
one of them.
this is small. I have two bigger ones that are like this big, also completely full. I think I have a couple of thousand.
1,000.
Yeah. So what's your plan? Is it to get all the silver contacts out of them eventually?
Yeah,
That'll take a while.
that'd take a while, but I'm going to stop scrapping, not take in anything else. Like I said, I'll be a metal artist. And then while watching stuff on YouTube, I'll sit here with a nutcracker, cracking all the the relays
thing's
for the
open.
silver contact.
Right, Cruiser, what have you in there?
Well, that's it.
And you know the little copper, is there any copper bittings there, right?
Just
And on
this
the end of
little,
it,
just that
Yeah,
little
but on-
tiny bit of braided wire there.
but on the end of the little copper or even the steel, there's no little dot of silver at all.
No, this is
Oh,
all.
that's-
Well, I should say that. Actually, now this right on. There's a little tiny nub of silver on that one,
Okay.
but it's So I mean, that's what you get for $70.
70. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
if you have to buy that in the store, it'd be 70. Well, wholesale we pay $70 for these things, and they don't work. So
$70 for crap.
yep, that's the name of the game.
And that other one you scrapped out on your own live stream, you said was over $1,000 for it.
Yeah, this big one, yeah. This
Yeah.
big guy was. This cost you like $1,200 Canadian.
Bloody hell, them breakers are expensive.
Well, they're expensive, yeah. Yeah, these last though quite a while. Like I say, usually bad connection what kills those. Otherwise, they last for years. So yeah, the most valuable part on this is this 18 inches of wire. But having said that, though, it's starting to add up.
Yeah, I know that. Not all in bits and pieces. Like if you have a bucket there and you just keep throwing bits in, it's amazing in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks what you've collected up.
Yeah, indeed.
You know? It all
Yeah, because
adds
like I
up.
say, I think I've got over 300 of these. So,
Look at Ralph there with his little snake he's playing with.
yeah.
Slinky. Copper Slinky.
It's a copper snake. Copper slinky, yeah.
I don't think some
Yeah.
people like slinkies.
Yeah.
They don't serve any useful purpose, but they put a smile on your face when you push them down the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just one of them things, you know. It's like watching some videos where people are doing something, you just like get that little bit of satisfaction. You don't know why.
Marcus, that shows how boring our childhood was. Watch the thing go downstairs. Come on.
The slinkies entertain us so much.
That's how desperate we were for entertainment.
Well, apparently that were a mistake. You know, the slinky. It was something. I think some of the
Yeah, I
things that
forget the
went
guy was
wrong.
trying to. Yeah, but he's
You
trying to.
realise it make for a good toy.
Yeah.
But a lot of things that are invented are start off as something else and discover, oh, actually, this could work as this.
Yep.
Instead, you know.
It's
So-
kind of like how the microwave was invented, or when X-rays were first used. Nobody knew
Uh-oh.
M&Ms. Nobody knew what X-rays were useful for back in the day.
Shark Scrapper.
Sharker.
What up, everybody?
Hey, Sharky, I see one of your ex-employees is
Yeah,
helping
Shark.
another scrapper out, Silver Scorpion.
Ex-employees.
You mean
Yeah.
jump? Yep.
Well,
He
wait a
remember
minute.
the video we did with Sharky. He came to visit Shark, and Shark made himself and Gulf Coast do all the work while he sat back and got drinks.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah, I think I saw that one.
in order
Yeah.
to have been an employee, I would have had to pay them.
Oh yeah,
And that
Okay.
didn't
I
happen.
still need to watch that because it's always cool to see
other people.
people meet each other.
Yeah, well, he was on another video today with is it Scrap JC or JC Scrap or whatever it's called? Isn't it? His channel. I think. So he was doing a bit of scrapping out on that one. So I was thinking, poor old Silver Scorpion is working for every scrapper on YouTube.
Yeah, I wish he'd come up here. He'd
And
mow
do a bit
lawn.
of scrapping out for you.
Did he mow your lawn for you, Shark?
No,
Sure.
but he did take a couple of computers for me.
Did you check his pockets to make sure he had no silver contacts taken?
I have complete trust and confidence plus metal detectors at the door.
Yeah. And you got a guard dog too.
Armed guards.
Armed guards, yeah. But like in them plants, you know the big plants that do make gold and stuff, I'd say it's awful tight security because, you know, it'd be awful tempting when there's bars of gold going by you.
You know,
Jake, oh yeah.
it's funny. as the scrap yards tend to get larger and larger, the additional kind of security things that they have to put in place, right? You've got radiation detectors that they have to have because they can ruin an entire load of scrap if any radioactive material gets put in there. The cameras all over the place, keeping track of the employees and the scrappers.
Yeah.
I think they have like 4 cameras on the 2 ladies that sit behind the desk and hand out the cash.
Yeah, on every angle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of once you with any business, once you get bigger, more expenses come into it, and more security comes into it, and every sort of thing happens. You know, it changes because when you said when you work for small companies, there's more fun at small companies sometimes, and then when you go to the bigger companies, it's more serious, and it's all about whatever it's all about this rules and everything. Where it's more fun to be in a company with only a few employees.
Had to check on my guard dog there. He was getting bored.
Yeah.
Do you have to have extra insurance there, Cruiser, because you've got such a vicious guard dog?
Oh yeah. Extra life and limb insurance.
Has anyone noticed that YouTube has been playing up all weekend?
Yeah, I noticed it's been. I thought it was just in here. It's been quite slow.
Yeah. Watchcall was saying, Neil Matthews was saying he tried to upload a video last night at 12, didn't upload. Tried to upload it this morning, didn't upload the first time, and then the second time it went up for him. So.
Oh, that's why his video came up this morning then.
Yeah, it took him a couple of attempts to get it to load.
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
Huh. I just loaded one and I didn't have any trouble with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just uploaded the video and it's been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe now it is, but yesterday or last night it was a thing.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Like,
that was
today's video
quite a
yesterday, and that one, I didn't have any problems with that, but I scheduled mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was quite a struggle Ian was having with that inverter.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I think he's better off just to sell those.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen the inverter one yet. Is that the one he just put up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he got I don't know, half a dozen of those solar inverters.
Yeah, I saw when he had them and he had to put them behind the waste bins,
Yeah.
hoping that
Hide them on the missus.
Yeah. That didn't work as planned though.
No.
Never does.
She knows what he's up to all the time.
Oh yeah.
You can't get away with it anymore.
She knows all his tricks.
well, she probably goes out there every day and looks behind those bins to see what he's brought in next.
First thing in the morning. Yeah.
See if there's any new
see
stuff.
See what Pooh's mate said.
Oh well.
Pooh's mate trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with M&Ms is? You can't just eat one of these things.
No, that is the
True.
problem with M&Ms. Do you know what the other problem with M&Ms is?
They're damn expensive to ship to Ireland.
That's what I was about to say. You bet me to it.
Here, look. Not only is that almost the color of gold, but I might as well change in some gold in order to pay to ship it.
Pay to ship it.
Well, actually, even to ship things in Canada now, it's gone up drastically. Their post office hitting me with a fuel surcharge on every little parcel, right? So I said something to a guy in Quebec. The shipping was $30-some, and the fuel charge was $10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Scrapman Dan, welcome in.
Hey, Scrapman Dan.
Yeah, Scrapman Dan made a guitar
Scrapman Dan.
recently.
Yeah, that was a rockabilly guitar.
That looks pretty cool. With
I
the
haven't seen that before.
Volkswagen
I thought that
hubcap,
was
I
awesome.
think it was.
Yeah,
like
we used to
these
make those when
people
we were kids.
I'll have to
sure,
check that
that'd
one
be
out.
It's funny. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and put a heart on the picture of the guitar just now, like 5 seconds before you said, "Hey, Scrapman," isn't that something? So I got a notification that there were new Instagram notifications.
I don't really use Instagram at all.
I try not to, but I'm getting sucked into it.
I'm getting sucked into it.
It's because I posted something on there recently, and I wanted to check that, so I think I've enabled notifications again.
Okay.
I think I just cut myself here. Did I? Am I bleeding?
No blood, no foul.
No, it's not. Oh, it was the plastic breaking. It wasn't penetrating my finger. It broke off. Lucky me.
Your finger broke off, is it?
No. The plastic broke off.
Thanks, guys. I've been messing with pickups and an amp. Fantastic sound. Okay, we'll have to definitely check that out.
Oh, that's
Well, I
always
tell you
good.
what, the other day it was blazing freaking hot in the short. Oh, look at that. Cold. It got up to 95 Fahrenheit. Then a thunderstorm rolled in and the temperature dropped to 78.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, the thunder clears the air.
It just got really dark here, like in like a few minutes. I think the sun went behind the other building.
What, you have sun?
Yeah, I know
What is
that's
this?
rare over there, but we
What is
sometimes
that?
get
What
it.
is this mythical creature you speak of called sun.
It's a golden orb in the sky, so
Yeah, it's that big yellow thing in
you'd
the
probably
sky.
like it.
Yeah.
It reflects off of the top of your head.
Sometimes
on mine as well.
referred to as the current bun.
See, there it is. It's reflecting right there. Right there,
Yep.
reflecting.
I don't think that's the current bun, Sharky.
Is that a sunspot?
I think next week David Young, welcome in. I think next week they're predicting some sun, I think, for us. My God, we won't know what to do if sun arrives.
Yeah.
Should I send you some sunscreen with
sure, look
SPF
at-
5000 or something?
Yeah, factor 5,000 we need. We need
Yeah.
whatever they put on the front of the space shuttle going into space, whatever they use to protect them from the heat.
How about just like a wall, brick wall? That'll
A dome.
a dome made of concrete.
Oh, that's let sunlight in. Lexan. Virtual glass.
More gold.
Transparent aluminium.
Yes.
Transparent aluminium.
How do you know he's not the one that invented it?
Hey, this phone has a little micro SD card in it. Hey.
I always catapult those out like a kink and poof, it shoots all over the
I
place.
think there might be
What
something
size is
interesting
it?
on that card.
What
never
size
know.
is it? 1 gigabyte.
Well, that's enough for quite a lot of pictures. Could be some
What I
interesting
like
stuff
about
in
it-
there.
You
What I
never
like
know what
about
you
it is
might
it's
find.
got gold on it. That's all I care about.
I would check them all in the card reader stuck to a standalone PC just to be sure.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
Oh,
There might be some
definitely.
material I can bribe some people with.
there might be
No,
something
just,
interesting.
something entertaining maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Someone's home videos.
So Scrapman Dan said it's been a scorcher down south of England today. Lucky you. I think we got up to 14 degrees Celsius, which was and cloudy with rain. So not exactly.
Cloudy with the chance of meatballs.
Hi, Ron.
who came in
Hey,
there?
Toyman's
hey,
in.
Ron.
Hello, Ron.
Good to see you, Ron.
I had the weirdest thing happen with eBay this last week. I had a
Hey, good then.
So I had an 8 gigabyte RAM stick listed up on eBay. A week ago, it sold, and then a couple days ago, it sold again.
That is weird.
That was really weird, and of course, it was rather disconcerting because I did not have another
The
8
second one.
gigabyte RAM stick. The one that I sold was a DDR3, and this one is a DDR4. So unfortunately, when I told the buyer what happened and offered them this DDR4, same price, but unfortunately they really needed the DDR3. So
Yeah.
But that's the
Hey,
weird
Gills,
thing. I've
by the way,
never,
Gills,
I've never
Gills,
had that
pop in.
happen before.
That indeed is
Skills,
weird.
skills.
Skills.
Hey, Gil, Bob.
What up, Bob? And I've gone back to look at the listing to see what I screwed up because I automatically assumed that I screwed something up.
Yeah. It's weird. That is.
That's usually the safest, Shark.
Yeah.
At least I find, anyways.
Well,
Operator.
on eBay this weekend.
How do you find eBay from a selling point of view anyhow, Shark? Do you find it a good source of selling for you, or is it do you have much grief on it? Do you get much hassle?
I haven't had many difficulties. Most of the, I have not had a single problem with a buyer so far. But I do have these occasional just technical mix-ups that I don't understand how they came about. Like selling something twice or weird stuff like that. Again, I'm sure it's probably because I don't use it a lot that when I do put stuff up, I do something wrong.
Oh, hold on. There's someone in the basement. I've already just spotted them there now. Sorry, basement dweller.
Hey up, Ian.
Hey,
The man in the shed.
Hello,
The
guys.
man in the
Are you
basement.
there long, Mr. Matthews?
Sponsored by Miller's Oils.
About 2 minutes.
Oh,
About
that's
2
okay. I just looked down and go, oh, someone in the basement.
I was just about to pack in, turn the computer off, go and have a shower. Saw you live, and I thought, well, I just missed Cruiser Mac. Sorry, Cruiser. And I thought, go on, I'll pop in. See if I
You
can.
saw Scrapping Iris
you're
live
on
and you
about
missed
your,
Cruiser Mac.
That's true, but let's see if I can do this without pulling
You're
you
on
out.
about your inverters.
He
And you
froze.
pull the camera out of the phone. Out of the thing. You caveman, Ian Matthews.
You better be careful. You better be careful there, Irish.
What
If you-
gave them
Me
man?
take scrap home shed. Mm.
Yeah, the caveman.
If he sees what Poosmate had to say about your comment, he may
Oh yeah, I
take
must find that again later. I must find that and put it up for him. Let me go back. Let me go back through the
No,
comments.
there was difficulty getting it up.
technical difficulties.
Testicle difficulties.
I've never had any problems that way.
We leave that there for him, so when he comes in, if he comes back, you can have a look at that. Yeah, Booze mate. Hey, I didn't see it.
Oh, sorry about that. I said if I can do this without pulling the lead out.
Apparently, you
Apparently
couldn't.
not.
Oh, he took the
Get
part
into
of all the
e-waste.
inverters.
Oh, look at that.
How it worked.
I hate them
With a passion.
with a passion.
Lovely.
We were saying earlier,
See that comment that Booze mate put up there, Ian?
Oh, I can't see comments. Just let me pop chat.
It's on screen.
I'm sure you'll appreciate you letting everyone know Ian was having trouble getting it up.
I was on about your video that you're having issues uploading it onto YouTube. Because I was saying, did anyone else have issues with YouTube? Because Ian Matthews had. I said he had trouble getting it up, but Pooh's mate then had to change it to something else.
No, I tried to upload it last night. It took ages to upload. You know, when you get that little thing going round, then it says it's checking. And then, nope, didn't. So I did it first thing this morning. Still didn't. Then I did it again. Then the first one uploaded. That's because, you know, there we go. Anyway, wow. And I've
See
still
Pooh's
got-
mate's other comment. I see he has no trouble pulling it out.
Well, the funny thing is, usually I watch Ian Matthews when I'm in bed to fall asleep, and today I actually had Ian Matthews on just when I got my coffee when I got out of bed. So
Did-
to go to sleep. What are you trying to say?
Was the
you have a very
Ian-
soothing voice. That's it.
Oh,
So, Ralph, did it make you want to go back to bed?
Not after my coffee, no.
So, Mr. Matthews, have you decided now on these, if these inverters are going to be a thing coming forward to constantly? Are you going to strip them out, or are you going to just sell them on?
I'm going to the yard tomorrow to weigh these in, and I'm going to ask him, will he buy them off me? I know you're talking 20 quid maximum of scrap value.
Well, it's the fun. It's the fun.
When you've done 12, it's not funny.
He just said he hated them, so yeah.
It's not fun when you've done 12. And I suppose because I just did that, I took the last screw out of that one, which held the big heat sink off, which fell off and landed on the bridge of my foot. Didn't land on my steel, it landed on the bridge of my foot. So I uttered a few cusses.
Four-letter words.
No, to be honest, I said, shit, sugar, shine a light.
Okay.
So, what do you like better, inverters or fire extinguishers?
Could be a toss-up.
I'm losing the my enamor with fire extinguishers.
I thought I was really cool. Ian had done his first lot of fire extinguishers, and I happened to get fire extinguishers at the same time. So I took a picture of mine all in the car. I go, look at this, all loaded up. Ian came back with twice as many shoved into his car. I go, okay, you win.
And that was only 1 week. 123 fire extinguishers in 1 week. Of course, I lost like 30 at work because everybody say a lot of the little small ones. I'll have that for the car. Oh, I'll have that for the shed. So that's fine. Here, take them. You know, but hopefully that'll be an ongoing contract. He's still charging his customers to get rid of them, and then giving them people free. Hey, Silver Scorpion.
Hey, Silver Scorpion. I seen you were working for free again, Silver Scorpion, as well as working for Shark Scrapper in a video. He was in I think it was a Scrap JC's or JC Scraps video. He was doing a bit of scrapping out. He's been doing a tour of the YouTubers. So I see he ended up having to work for free again.
Hey, Ian, those CO2 fire extinguishers are really good for putting a chill on your beer.
Yeah.
The noise though, those foam ones are best. I've cleaned my car 3 times, we drive 4 times.
Yeah, when I used to work in construction camps, you'd buy your beer, put it in the garbage can, fire the extinguisher in there, and instantly cooled it.
There you go. There's a top tip for your fire
Well, the memo came out, no more tampering with fire.
But I was on. I know some technical guys there. What I have here is a filling loop, a very much high pressure filling loop. So from a big, those big gas bottles.
Yep.
To another big gas bottle, or a smaller one. I can fill a smaller one off a big one, which I've done twice. One for Rob Small Engines, and then one for my mate. I tried this weekend, and I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't pressurize the cylinder. So, Guido Wandel, my mate, has been telling me why, and all about physics and pressure and atmospherics and all this lot. I said, no, I think there's a one-way anti-tamper valve in it. So
he took it apart.
So I put the word out to a friend who gave me the top half of a bottle. So I'm going to take that out. Can't see who that is, can you? You can't see who that is. I'm going to take that out, that valve apart, and see if there's an anti-tamper valve in. Well, did you know there's a great big tube goes all the way to the bottom?
The bottom of one of those would make an awesome crucible.
Yeah.
Look at the thickness of the steel.
Yeah, those babies are thick.
Yeah, and when they're empty, they're not empty.
No. Really heavy.
And when you're empty them and you grind, oh sorry, I was giving it, wasn't that? But if you was grinding into them when they're empty, they're not empty. They suddenly go.
Yeah.
And
Very unsettling.
And you say, "Shit, sugar, shine a light again,"
and run.
Ian, that's why my cuts are really bad, because I tend to grind them like this.
Yeah.
I just know they're going to nail me.
I just poke a small hole with my finger.
The only reason I took the fire extinguishers is I seen Ian Matthews' video. So I said, if Ian Matthews can manage to do it without killing himself, I'm okay.
Well, anyway, this was all about the CO2, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I'm on the MIG welding forums to find out how you can decant from one bottle to another. And they're very anal about it. It's like, oh, no, you can't discuss that on here. By the by, they all say, if you need gas, get an old CO2 fire extinguisher. Turn it upside down. It's the same fitting. And you can weld off an old fire extinguisher bottle. Only thing is, it comes out as cold gas, which then can freeze up your regulator. So now they make gas heater to attach to a CO2 fire extinguisher, so you can heat the gas up before you weld with it. It's amazing, isn't it?
Just go and buy the right gas.
Yeah.
It's not that easy, you know. If you're like yourself, if you're a home garage welder, then they're gonna nail you down. They want like hell of a lot of deposit, and they want rental on the bottles, and they probably won't even sell you a large one, you know.
So yeah,
Same as propane and butane.
so you're gonna have to get a big. You're going to have to get a bigger shed, Matthews, if you're going to collect all the inverters and all the fire extinguishers.
Oh, I'm going to have to be like Shark Scrapper and Everyday Solars, who started off being micro scrappers, and now this like volume is money. Get it in.
Oh, that you mentioned that in your video, yeah.
You know,
it'll be a business now rather than a hobby.
Well, fortunately, I went to the yard, and the only reason I cut them in half was I got so many in such a short period of time, and I had no space because of all them damned inverters. And cut the tops off and make them like what did Raphael call them? Ralph call them Matrushka dolls.
Matrushka dolls, yeah.
Russian dolls.
Yeah. So, I thought it was pretty clever putting them in each other so that they take up less space.
Or listen, if you want tips on space making, I am an expert.
On what? How to fill space? Or
Yes.
how to create space? Which?
Both.
How to get more in less.
So, Ian, was it the inverters that were taking up the space, or was it the 50,000 tons of other junk that's in the shed that was taking up all the space?
Junk. There's no junk. So I
variables.
ended that old guy's trolley if I'd have had no wheels and no axles and
It was all the fuses taking up all the space. I got it.
Yeah, do you need some more? I have a new collection.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Have enough yourself. Hey, Bill's in the chat. Hello, scrap it together.
Yeah, and Bob Gills is there, and Pooh's mate is there, so the Scorpion.
I had an interesting one, Ian.
Raphael.
I was doing a clean out on a space for a guy, and the person that left the space left behind a big gas bottle. So the scrapyard won't take it unless the valve is pulled out. And I couldn't figure out what was in the bottle because it was old and the labels were all broken, worn off and things of that nature. And so I took it to one of the gas distributors and they said, no, that's not our bottle. You have to take it to this other distributor on the other side of town. And so I took it to the other distributor and he's like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm like, well, don't I get anything for the trouble here?
I'd have gone onto the main road, knocked the valve off, at least got the brass out of it.
Well, I had no idea if there was still pressure in it. I opened the valve, but nothing came out. But I've learned not to trust that. And because I didn't know what was in it, I just decided that discretion was the better part of valor.
Always point it away from yourself when you're opening it.
No, it's physics. If it's pointing that way, if it's horizontal, if it's parallel with you, and you're knocking the valve off that way, it's going to go that way.
Make sure there's nothing that way then.
Oh, I did that. I did that once. That's what he said. Make me a wood burner. Will you take the valve off? He says, I'm not confident.
Mike.
Is it empty? I said, yeah. He said, yeah. So I got it, put it down. I knocked the valve off, and it shot off like a rocket that way. A propane cylinder, and it went 50 foot easily that way. She told me it was empty. I thought it was.
Anyways,
you try to cut it open. Boom.
Well, no, it don't work like that. It's under pressure, so you'll get flames coming out until you get enough outside pressure to force air in, and then you might get a few popper twos.
I'd want to be running at that stage, I think, because if that starts popping, you don't want to be anywhere near it.
I've seen a video of a traveller cutting one up with a 9-inch grinder, and it did. It was just going pop, pop. At one point, it did jump, I will admit.
Have you been?
Nope, I'm not taking that chance.
Ian, have you been on the Facebook scrap chat lately? Have you?
Yes, I have, especially now that the price has dropped and they're all.
So the price has dropped now. They're all at each other's throats.
They're like, oh, this will sort all the men from the boys and just leave it for those who's been doing it for generations.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of vans for sale now, they reckon, and stuff and trailers.
Hey, but what do you think of this scrapyard phoning me up and telling me they'd underpaid me?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's decent of them.
I thought that was awesome.
That's a good relationship.
Yeah,
that's the sign of a good relationship.
Here, phone rings, Old Anvil Yard, and I'm thinking,
they found the bowling balls I put in.
Like, what have I done? You've not done nothing. I'm thinking, well, they're downgrading all those fire extinguishers to light iron or something. He went, no, he says, we've underpaid you. He said, Ellie, the girl, she's on a hen do, and they've got this guy in, and he's just give you Joe Public off the street price. As a regular, he says you're on the next band, you get a better price. So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. So what happened to Ellie?
She's gone on a hen do. What happened to her? She probably got drunk, probably.
That's the plan at the hen.
She had some time off.
That's the plan on a hen.
And the fact that you have a YouTube channel and you are in the area and promoting them quite a lot, if they're being nice to you, you promote them more so they get more business.
This is true. There's a guy called Elvis Brown, and he put on Scrap Chat, oh, what's going on? I'm getting £100. Anybody doing better than £100? I said, well, go to the Old Anvil Yard, you get 125. And then a few comments, obviously, saying that I now got £200 a ton. I'm like, wow, is price going up?
How are you finding the prices there, Mr. Matthews? Because a lot of scrap yards are dropping the price on copper. What's your yard doing?
I don't know. I've not weighed any copper or brass in.
Okay.
I've not processed it. At the moment, it's all about get rid of the iron, get rid of the aluminium, create some space until the next lot comes in. You know what I mean? I don't know. It'll be what it is when I weigh it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
So that's in earlier.
The next one.
Yeah, as I said earlier, for me, any scrap just pays for my hobby. It goes towards buying something for the gold recovery side of it. So
Yes.
The way I look at it, I would never weigh in my copper until it was £4.50 a kilogram. Now it's always way more than that at the moment, so it's a win-win. You know.
So did you find anything interesting in the inverters, Mr. Matthews?
I thought, yeah. Watch the video.
Oh, there's a video coming. Okay.
No, the video is the video from this morning.
No, he has another video coming.
Oh, really?
I've been filming today. I'm trying to make it a bit shorter. But yeah, I tell you what, I opened one of them. It's only after I opened it, all the fittings were still inside of it in plastic bags. I've got to say that was new, hadn't been used. You know. But how do you find a buyer for one of these things?
But why is the person that's giving them to you selling them himself?
The way he said it to me is I can do another job and earn 20 times more than you're going to make just farting around stripping stuff.
Well, that's why you do it in your free time. So you make that extra money above all the stuff that you're making.
Yeah. You know, when you make enough money doing your job, a bit like, you know, like Cruiser Mac, you know, it's life balance. They're more, they want to enjoy the life rather than stripping copper wire.
So you'll be the opposite. When you retire, you'll be the opposite. You'll just be in your shed scrapping twice as much.
I'm hoping that when I retire, I won't. All my scrap really comes. I would say all my scrap comes from work. All my scrap came through work. Now I'm building up contacts, and it's building up bigger. I'm thinking, I'm trying to become an artist.
The artist Ian Matthews.
The artist formerly known as.
You know what kind of artist?
The con artist.
It's artist.
Not the P artist.
That would be the artist.
Oh, speaking about that, go and have a look. I don't know if he's put it up the video yet. Guido Wandel, all handmade. He's just made a metal hand, just like that.
Oh, cool.
And
Cool.
And it's unbelievable how lifelike the hand is.
And what did he make it out of?
Did he make a mold of his own hand?
No, stainless steel tube, I think.
Oh, really? Wow.
Huh, interesting.
And it's a lot of work. All he's made is a come here. It's a torch holder.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, the way when he puts the video up, the way he's got the hand, it's so lifelike. You know, the fingers in the right place and the right angle on them. Trust me.
I'm just checking in case it's already up.
So Ian, when is the retirement date?
Well, I'm still 3 years ago yet.
3 years.
That reminds me.
2.5 actually. Time is flying by, isn't it? The middle of the July already.
Yeah, we're halfway through the year. I need to check my lottery tickets, so maybe I can actually retire.
Or not have to get another job.
I believe you're already not working.
Exactly, but I was kind of hoping that it's permanent.
So how did your going away party go, Ralph? Did you have that on Wednesday, you said, was it?
No.
Oh.
They basically, I went there to hand in my van and my stuff, and I actually spent a whole lot of time sorting stuff out. and looking at, oh, this would be nice to scrap, this would be nice to scrap, but it's all still stock that was in there. And I figured when I got there, they would go through all my stuff and check what's there and what's in the system and what's not. And I don't know. Basically, they're like, where's the keys? Here's the keys. Everything in there? Yeah, everything in there. Okay, bye.
Adios.
I was like, I could have taken so much.
Well, you don't know if they've gone back afterwards to check it.
I don't know. It was not like they send me the bill afterwards. Well, they still have to pay
Ralph
me.
changed his phone number immediately.
Anyway, listen, you guys. Cruiser Mac might know this, right?
Yep.
So somebody commented saying they were after some super capacitors to play about with, and did I come across any? I'm thinking, well, there's got to be something in these inverters. How do you tell a super capacitor from a capacitor?
Never heard of one.
Well, Ralph has got some information, I bet.
Hey, Ian, I think they're like flux capacitors.
Supercapacitors, an alternative to batteries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know what they are.
Basic premise.
The stuff you get from microwaves, like these really big ones.
I know what they are, and I know if you cut them in half, that they've got a carbon separator in between rather than just a laminar paper. But I have to cut them. I have to cut them up to say yes, that's a super capacitor. That's not quite what I want.
No.
I'm saving them for the aluminium.
Yeah, more like a battery. They're built more like a battery.
All right, so the answer is nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's some giveaway sign on them or something, some
there are-
number or some lettering.
Batteries.
They don't say on supercapacitor, I know that.
No. But the flux capacitors are
Oh,
clearly
these are
there.
no longer good. Too bad.
So, Ian, you have to look on the label, and the label will have that marking on it.
Hey, that's what I have on my chest. I'm not taking my shirt off though.
Oh my God.
Sorry, man, I
There's always
couldn't
one.
resist.
There's always one. But some of them what was the voltage or what was the it was holding one of them capacitors? Was it 200 volts or something you said, or 2000 or something?
They're all right. I think they're all. The volts don't matter on a capacitor.
No, it's the ampage
The
coming out
farad.
of them.
The farads, and
Yeah.
some of the way up there, they're all like 1,000 farad type of thing. I've kept quite a few actually.
Yeah, you're going to charge them up and explode them.
I am, yes.
I knew you were going to do something like that to them.
And then I can put them out with a fire extinguisher.
At least you'd be making proper use of the foam instead of using it to wash your car. You'd be actually putting out a fire.
I'm pretty sure the foam doesn't really have any detergent properties. Just to put out fire.
Well, no, I just, it's got to be like soapy water, hasn't it? It's got a foaming agent in. But I tell you what, the powder is terrible to get rid of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Fortunately,
I always spray that down a manhole cover.
well, where I work, there's basically a jungle at the side of us. Loads of trees, load of wasteland, brambles, 8 foot high, all full of undergrowth. And it's ammonium, something monoammonium. It's actually fertilizer. So I've been letting it go in all this undergrowth. Okay. And yesterday I saw a white fox.
Oh, that's something else. You know that.
It's an omen.
It's an omen. And the white dove and the white frogs and the
White bees and white everything.
Oh, listen, it's funny, right? At dinner time, I'm there. I'm trying to do it in my own time rather than firm's time. So I'm setting off all these fire extinguishers. One lad came out and he's like, what are you doing? And I said, I've laid these off, so I can take them home and strip them. So have you ever used a fire extinguisher? I can't say I've ever set one off. I said, here, set one off. So I give him the foam one and he's like, and I step back And the boss walked round the corner. There's all this smoke everywhere. And he looks, and I went, not me, it's him. He's like, you bastard. He's like, he stitched me up. I've been at it like 20 minutes, mate. You know, the whole, it looks like there's a fog in the middle of July.
So the poor young buck now is on the list by the boss, like, and you were just.
That man Dan says, spray the powder into a plastic bag slowly. He's done hundreds. Yeah, I've tried all that, honestly.
Scrapman Dan is environmentally friendly, while you're just a heathen.
Yeah.
Well, it is biodegradable stuff, isn't it? The powder that comes out.
It's ammonium phosphate. It's fertilizer. I've let it. We have this big bucket full of water. I showed you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Water, and it just like a big crud on top. You know.
Bruce Napier said that some foam is made from protein like fish heads. There you go.
Okay.
Oh well, fair enough. I'll have a fishy smelling car then.
We have these big manhole covers, and they have two tiny holes in them for probably to put the hooks through so that they can be open, but they and to let air in and out. So I put my foot on the one, and I put the hose of the fire extinguisher or the nozzle like in the other one, and just go until it's done. And then usually there's a little like round or oval white spot on under my shoe, and that's basically all that there is.
I hope that your manholes are linked to a proper treatment plant, not just a septic tank somewhere.
No, they go through treatment plant, yeah.
Straight to the canal.
No. I won 25 euros, by the way, on one
well,
of
you know
the two.
Rules. If you win anything while you're on my panel, I get a share of it. That's the rule.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you got to give a cut.
I'll come and bring that over. Let's see what the.
I don't think that's enough to retire on, Ralph.
Not yet. No. Let's see. When was the last?
So a lot of our sewer systems, they mark with symbols to tell you if it is draining to the wetlands or the ocean, so that you don't do something like flush a fire extinguisher down the.
Yeah, so if it's going to a treatment plant or going straight to the ocean, like.
Well, it's the storm sewers. So ours are the same. If the storm sewer goes to a creek, they have a fish on it.
Yeah, but the guy who dropped the fire extinguishers off, he's like, "What do you make?" I said, "Well, I make things, out of metal." And I showed him a wood burner I had. He went, "That's awesome." He says, "I'm after buying one." He says, "I'm just doing my garden up." So I thought, quick turn in there. I said, "I'll sell you one of these." I said, "In fact, because you're doing this for me," I said, "I'll sell you one. I'll knock you 25 quid off." So I did. Sold him. He's more than happy. So the next time he turns up, he's like, "I've been letting them off for you at work. These are empty." I'm like, "Well, that's paying dividends, isn't it?"
It saves you the hassle of having to do it, doesn't it? That was well worth the €25 discount.
Yes, it certainly was.
Or £25. Sorry, you're not euros. You're pounds.
Is a pound still a quid?
Yeah, pound still a quid.
It's a bit.
It's a squid.
a pound a quid. Yeah.
A squid.
Squid.
It's a squid.
Squid's just
English money.
Nickname for pound.
We've got squids.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take girds as well. We take girds.
So, Mr. Matthews, how many inverters do you think you'll be getting a week off this man? Or will it be every month, or will it be every whatever?
When did I get the last lot? Can you remember? It's only a month ago, isn't it? He gave me 4, and I picked 7 up the other day. So, yeah, four a month, something like that, I guess.
Yeah. I noticed some of the boards had a little bit of gold flashing on them as well.
Certainly did. All go into a secret location.
When are you going to need an additional secret location?
Hey, Mike.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah,
How do I check the earlier? This is not
I
the
don't
one
know.
I want.
I'm tempted to take up this AWF refiners in Essex.
Yeah, the one that Portugal goes to.
Solars, yeah, they'll pick up
Yeah.
stuff. They'll arrange the transport, £40 carriage, and it's a matter of thinking, well, do I go through the trouble of trying to segregate, categorize it, which I know nothing of? You know, you watch these guys, and they go mid board, not mid board, high grade, and I'm like, they all look same.
They don't all look the same. If they've got a gold corner VGA on it straight away, that can straight away.
Parknest, can you please mute when you do that?
Sorry.
Ugh.
And I'm thinking, do I just send the lot to him and just say, you separate it? End of the day, I'm on it. If I get rid of it, I'm just going to get Irony Alley price.
Yeah.
But if I send it down to him and say, here, you go through it. You know,
I'm sure there's a company.
You come over and take out all the goodies.
I'm sure there's a company in Manchester that does that exact same thing that them crowd in Exit, or whatever. What's that period? What's the name of the company?
AWF.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a company that has 3 letters as well, and they're based in Manchester. Do the same thing. I've looked them up before.
Well, if there is,
they'd be closer to you.
oh yeah, 7 miles away. It would be great.
Yeah. So I'm almost sure there's a company in Manchester that does it as well.
So Ian, there are places here in the U.S. they have what they call a mixed board price. You know, they'll
NTR.
they'll do it a couple of ways, but essentially you're not getting paid as much because they're going to have to spend their labor to separate it. So, you know, that's it. You might be able to do that with them.
My
But just be prepared to pay for them to separate it.
the Anvil Yard said to me, look, if you want, because they collect it, they have 1 ton bags all across the racking, and they said the guy comes in, he spends all day segregating it, and then pays them for what he wants. And he said, if you want, just bring your stuff, and we'll be fair with you. You know, and I'm like, if somebody's coming up from somewhere, spending all the time segregating it, he's charging you. He's not doing it for free.
No.
So he's going like, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 2 for you, 2 for me, 1 for you. Yeah. But in the day, it's just sitting in a shed a long way from here.
A secret location, miles away from you.
Far away, eating nothing.
What did you say was the name of
So
the?
I
what
won
did you say-
$45. Awesome.
What did you say was the name of the crowd in London?
AWF.
Okay, have a look at a crowd called AWA Refiners.
All right, AWA,
Yeah.
not AWF. That's in Essex.
Yeah.
Daniel,
AWA.
Daniel, I speak to Daniel all the time.
There's a crowd called AWA, and I think they're somewhere in Manchester, I think.
Yeah,
Hey.
Daniel just made a comment on that.
Who did?
AWA is the one in Essex that Solars went to.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you said AWF.
Well, I don't pay much attention to her videos, to be quite honest.
I wonder why.
What's a letter among friends?
Okay,
That's right.
so it's not that crowd then. I thought there was a crowd in Manchester doing it. I'll do a bit more research and I'll find out for you.
I know there's one, I believe there's one in Leeds, which ain't too far away. Sooner or later, another one will crop up.
Yeah, hey JCT.
Hey,
Yeah,
JCT.
I definitely have to take a trip over and look through that bag before you cash them in.
Yeah. Use hydrating.
Now you might have to check my pockets when I'm leaving. That's all I'd say. Yeah, I can't think of that crowd in Manchester. I looked them up before. So before England, of course, left Europe, and then that would mean that there was no point in looking at them.
Falling over. I mean, this one is the first board I've ever seen. Oh, it's got 2 of them on.
Oh, Guido put the video up 30 minutes ago.
The solid gold bear on.
Yeah.
Can't really tell.
No, but
Yeah, look at it. Look at the gold.
I see the gold now. Yes.
I have no idea what you're pointing at.
It was pointing at a
probably-
little bar. It was like I've seen it on some other stuff as well. It's like a little solid bar. It looks like, well, it's not solid gold. I presume it's just gold on the outside. It's not gold all the way through. I've seen it before on not laptop, on I think it was the power supply units. They had them, the backups. Yeah, Mike, I make sure I wear an extra large pants with big pockets for that day.
Yeah, take it back, Zach.
Yeah, that's Guido's hand.
Yeah. He put the video up
Hold on there.
like
Leave it there yet, Ralph. Make it bigger.
30 minutes ago ish.
We had a lot of
brilliant.
we had a lot of
Yeah.
intergroup chat about how he decided to get that size of an hole. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Well,
Oh,
it's for
yes.
holding
And
the
I'm sure-
bouldering rod,
I'm
right?
sure you, Eli Hart, and you were the two
Baggett.
culprits that came up with the what exactly was used to get that.
Oh no! He was all honest. He was all like, I've got a bigger torch than you've got. Does yours bend as much as and extend as much as mine does?
Well, as I was saying already, you had trouble getting yours up, so
Yeah.
At least it doesn't bend sideways.
That we know of.
that we know of.
65 quid. I can't send a pallet for 65 quid.
Send on a pallet. It was 200 kgs and 6 feet high. It's 65 from up here. Sollers would get 40 because she's a lot closer to them.
Why
What's
only
65 quid?
Yeah, but why 200 kilograms? That's quite a lot of circuit boards, really, isn't it?
What would you get off board sort for 200 kgs of high grade boards, Shark?
200 what?
200 kgs of high grade boards. What would you?
What's
Well,
this kg? What's this kg?
Well, we'd say 400 pounds. 400 pounds for ye heathens of the
Yes,
old
the
type.
retard units of the Imperial system.
Yeah, 400 pounds of high grade board. What money would you expect to get?
So a lot of it depends on when you say high grade, because some places have a lot of other differentiation, but the bottom end would be about $480, and it would go up from there.
Okay, so 480. Would say if Matthew's got 480 and you have to pay 65 out,
Yeah.
not too bad. You'd have a nice little 450 quid.
It's a no-brainer, really, because it's just sitting there doing nothing, isn't it? It's better off just gone, But
So
I would,
you reckon you'll get 1,000 quid for your pallet?
I would much sooner that you come and pick through it first and take all that gold stuff.
Yeah, I definitely have to take a trip back to England again before you cash in. I reckon there's some nice stuff in there. Do you know what I could do for you? I could take some nice stuff out of it, but then I could grade it for you while I'm there. I could sort it out for you.
You'd be welcome to take whatever you wanted out of those bags. It's nothing to me, nothing. And there is some seriously nice boards. Like when Rafael Scapper does it, and he goes, and they're all gold, all totally gold.
Yeah.
The telecom stuff.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of that in.
You know what the nicest bits will be the chips, the what you call the ceramic chips. Now they're nice and small. They fit in a small box, and I could ship them over fairly handy. I could bring them in my carry-on with Ryanair. Bringing a rake of boards on board of Ryanair, they think I was making a bomb or something, and they probably wouldn't let me on the plane. If I went on Ryanair with all boards and bits of wires hanging out of them, I think I may be called into security for a reason. Sir, could you step aside here for a minute, please? Ali Mac, 28 for a kg of ram. The ram, 28 pound a kg. That's a good price.
Yeah, how many sticks would it take to make a kilogram?
How many what?
How many sticks of
ram?
Ram sticks.
Yeah, to make a kg.
I got a box that weighs like 5 kilograms. I can check.
Yeah, well, it all depends if they're double-sided chips on them or.
Well, the ones I have are single-sided, I think.
Yeah.
Probably like 100, I would think, or something like that.
You can weigh one, and then you can check. Let's see.
I don't actually get a lot of computers, so
I'm gonna get a couple of computers pretty soon, and by a couple I mean like 2.
Anyway, Cruiser Mac, come on, spill the beans. What's this that coming your way that's going to force you out of house and home?
Well, it's not 100%, but I'll know tomorrow. Anyways, there's an arena in the same town as I work. So they're changing all the lighting out to LED. So they've got 106,000 watt sports lighters.
I figured it.
So they're about this big in diameter.
Yes. Remember, Murty from Scrap Kingdom did that one day, didn't he? Went to this sports stadium, and he was like, "You can have this scrap," and there was hundreds of them, and they're all like a big dome-shaped thing.
Yeah, they're massive. So, kind of the deal is, I'll go there every night after work and pick up a load. So, I'm hoping I can get them home, take all the shades off of them, because that's the big part. Get rid of those the next morning.
I think I remember Marty with his ones and breaking the glass all over the place on his glass.
Yeah,
that's
he raised the glass in. If you remember.
So I have a double-sided of course, on the floor. A double-sided DDR1, which has the big chips, that weighs 20 grams ish. So you would need 50 of these for a kilogram.
Well,
and the double-sided DDR2 or DDR3 with the small chips weighs like 17-ish grams.
I have a question for Everyday Solars now, because she's gone into the.
You mentioned the names times.
And Daniel said, Everyday Solars, that he cannot find the video of when you went to the refiners on your channel. Is it still there, or is it gone? Because we were just on about the refiners. Yeah. And Daniel said he can't find your video. So you have to tell us.
Yeah, so the only thing with those lights that makes it tempting is if they're copper coils in them, there's like 4 or 5 pounds of copper per light. So that's the part I couldn't get past, right? I couldn't turn that down. So.
Solars says that video was gone. And was there a reason you took it down, Solars? Or did the refiners not want it up?
Probably for tax reasons, so people wouldn't be saying, "Hey, you're making money on the side."
I can't believe that Everyday Soul is not a moderator on your channel, Irish.
But you see, I to be always on StreamYards now. I don't be on YouTube. So I know these moderators are on there since I started doing lives. So I'm not. I don't. When I'm doing the lives, I'm on the watch call. I'm on the side of it.
Open a YouTube window, then you can do that as well. I got both.
Yeah, but my laptop, when I open more windows, it goes like it starts heating up. I could nearly heat the room with it. The fan goes that quick, trying to cool it down.
Is there really an app called the whatchamacallit app?
Yep.
It's next to the Doohickey app.
Okay.
Okay,
I've opened the
window now to make you all happy. Where's Everyday Solars? Let me have a look.
Yeah, but it's also on the scale of small measurements like bugs, dick, tads, nidge, that lot.
So yeah, here's something a customer gave me in my last week.
Power plane.
Yeah, but the whole thing is cast aluminium. So
where's the battery go?
At the end of that cord.
It's attached to that cable.
No, that's an aerial. That's wireless.
That's wireless.
It is now.
But Despite me informing them of my channel being invited in and unfilmed, then asked if they were okay with me telling you guys where they were. I had a very disgruntled
that's
call asking me
unfortunate.
to remove. Oh, then the cheeky burgers.
Well, that sucks.
That sucks,
Well,
right?
next time you go, you can ask them what's the big frickin' deal.
Now, is Everyday Salads gone blue?
Yes.
There we
Yes.
Yeah, she's blue.
Dabba dee dabba da.
She's a tool.
Uh-oh, look out. Look out. She's got the power.
Yeah, they probably had one of their customers phone there and say, "Hey, I just saw a YouTube video where she got 10 cents more than I did."
Yeah, probably something like that.
Uh,
I've been dealing with G for 20 years.
Yeah,
and this
you
person
get
came
your
and got
10 cents more.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
or it might
Yeah.
be, you know,
It
when
was a good video.
she went
I
behind,
actually wanted to go back to it for some references at some point, but apparently now I cannot. Well, you could set it to private and still give us the link.
or when she went, they give a
Yeah.
free run behind, and people are saying, "Hey, you know, health and safety reasons, you should have been going behind her and having a look at all that £14,000 a ton
of
whiskey collars, which I just threw away into my aluminium."
Which are actually tin.
Yes.
Oh, I hear a bleep in the basement. Who's coming up?
They don't. They said it was a security issue. They don't show what they have. The
Yeah.
yards around here, all you got to do is look over the fence.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to
What's
see
up there,
you, Irish,
Mr. Rocco?
my friend.
Raquel.
No,
Hey,
well,
Rafael.
Cheers, Ralph, Sparky, Ma, Ian. I want to say the man.
Oh,
Sharky, Cruiser. Good to see you all, guys. Hope you're doing well.
so you're the man who can answer the question. How do you tell whether a capacitor is a supercapacitor?
supercapacitor.
Super capacitors were something like that when the technology switched from electrolytical aluminum capacitor to the polymer capacitor. Basically, they look almost the same, but they are much better quality.
But who
That's
do you
what
tell
they're
the
called.
difference?
How can you tell the difference from looking at them?
I will show you the difference straight away. No problem whatsoever, my friend.
Oh,
Oh, Scrapman Dan has the copper ball as an avatar picture now. Cool.
yes.
Where's my cups? Where's my little tiny cups? Resistors, diodes,
I'm getting my big caps.
ferrites, lugs. Where's my cups? Who's still my cups?
My caps are bigger than your caps.
Yeah, I guess so.
I used to have one that was this big round and this high. But
There you go.
I got rid of it.
I don't know if you can fish
Let's
it out
talk
at
about
the
capacity
camera.
round.
There you go, Ian. As you see the totally silver cap on the capacitor. as
Oh
you can
yeah,
see,
those.
and got tiny. They are coming black, red, blue, like this one. Those are called supercapacitor because they are polymer capacitor, not aluminum electrolytic ones. Those are supercapacitors.
The casing is
Electrolytic
still.
ones used to have like film all over them, so you can just scratch it or blue, black.
All right. So if there's no film over like the blue tape or whatever around it,
Yep,
they're
exactly.
supercapacitors.
They are called solid caps.
So the Superman symbol, though.
Yeah, those are electrolytic capacitors. There you go.
Doing an erased mic.
Yeah.
But as a hint, as you taking down like apart, for example, old microwave or bigger engine, those big caps are also got no film on top of them. They are just clean alu, but they are not supercapacitor. They are just simple electrolytic ones still.
yes,
See you later, Dan.
I figured.
Hey Dan, take it easy. Thanks for being in as always.
Later,
Appreciate
Scrapman
it.
Dan. Take care, man.
Later,
Check out your
later, copper
guitar
ball.
later.
Take care, Scarpman.
Scrapman Dan.
So to be honest, yeah, there's not so big difference in them according to the lifetime.
I still think the marking that I showed is more accurate.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I was busy frying my pancakes.
Oh, show you again.
Hang on.
Show it again. Show it to me, please.
Super capacitors have this marking on them.
Okay, bring it. I want to see it.
He's dropped
Come
off.
on, Sharky.
He's dropped off again.
Nope. Hang on.
Don't play with my patient, buddy. Come on.
Rafael has the patience of a woman.
No, I got much more than that.
Really?
But Sharky going way over.
Hang on.
Listen, I've been trying to impersonate Rafael today. I've been saying, awesome.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's the marking on a supercapacitor.
Oh, that's shite.
Yeah. I've been saying awesome and thingies and screwies, and I sound like a Pakistani Netherlands guy.
Very good. Very cheap.
With that video where you were speeding it up, the last video you were speeding up and you were still talking, you sounded like Daffy Duck at one stage.
You know what, Sharky? I really expecting something more from you, my buddy.
Just that, I mean, it worries me, when I'm videoing. He's like, and he finished it, and you look, and then it says 25 minutes, 32 minutes long, and you think it's too long, and then you think, oh, stuff it. They can either watch it or they can't.
Yeah, that's what I say. Put whatever into your video as it is, and that's it. If people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. And sometimes I'll watch a 10-minute video, and another time I'll feel like watching something longer. So I might watch an hour-long video some days. Now, it mightn't be on scrapping or whatever, but I might watch an hour-long video. It all depends what mood you're in when you put on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree with Irish on that. I used to quite often start up, especially when I got to do something in the background. I looking for longer video, and all you cheeky buggers posting like 10 minutes videos, except Ian, of course.
And except me, because there will be no video.
I look after something longer, and then I just go enjoy do my stuff.
I hope she doesn't mean I enjoy long ones, Ian. I
Oh,
hope she doesn't mean anything else.
She enjoys long ones, I believe.
Yeah, if you can get them up.
The only problem with the long videos I got, I want to comment on each and every sentence what was said, and to do that, I will need to sit in front of my PC and type all the time. As the video ends, I forget all what I want to say about it, and I just go out with the last thing what I remember, like on Ian's. And again, I'm gonna repeat. I don't know if Ian you wrote the comments on your last video, but I'm gonna say it again. Imperial sucks. Metric rules.
Well, I can't disagree, but because I'm a bit old school, I can't get something in my hand and go, oh, that's 100 grams, that's 200 grams. What does that mean?
So
I'm
why
actually
you
pretty
even
good at
attempt,
that.
Ian? Come on, just go with the pounds or your stupid imperial measurement.
Half a pound, it's an ounce. It's a bag of toffees, it's 2 ounces, it's a quarter. You know what I mean?
Hey, come on, at least you will know what you are talking about. Who cares if everyone else knows? Anyway, you were way off. So what's the difference?
I was absolutely way off.
I am always very impressed with some of these folks that I see that, they can pick something up and they'll say, oh yeah, that's like 20 pounds, and they'll put it on a scale and it'll be 20 pounds. Or they'll look at a nut and they'll say, oh yeah, that's a 10 milli, and yeah, it's a 10 milli. And I'm like, I'm sitting there going through every freaking spanner in my box before I find the right one. Or I pick it up. I'm like, well, that doesn't weigh much, and put it down, and it's 40 pounds. Yeah, this kind of crap. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm no good at it.
10 mil, you'll never find the wrench or socket.
I used to be like that as well. I used to be like that, Shark, until I started working in the hardware industry. And then when people come in now and they have a bolt in their hand, they go, oh, I need a nut for that. And I go, oh yeah, that's a 10 mil. And they go, how do you know that's 10 mil? I said, I just know.
The cap.
What's that, Ralph, with the elusive 10 mil sockets?
Come on, 6 mil thread run up on the 10 mils nuts. That's straightforward, right? And to make 6 mil thread, you need to make hole like 4.8 hole. right? Or I mix it up. Anyway, I got
There we
all
go.
my.
There you go.
At some point.
Oh, I thought you were showing me a supercapacitor.
It is. It's a 10 millimeter
No.
capacitor.
No. Not even a
No, I
super.
don't have it anymore. I scrap it. Oh well, never mind.
Irish.
Yes.
What about the look of the scrap gods? Finding that
Yeah.
puzzle.
I'm on about the what was it, a PZ or a PH? Which one? PZ.
I weren't bothered about everything else. I weren't bothered about all that, stuff. I'm like, I found a puzzle in it, yes.
Yeah, he found a PZ too. He was so happy. As I said in the comments, just had to wait a while. It always turns up.
This extra bit what he need last time, and I see.
Remember,
that.
he broke it. He broke one of his PZs, and he was thinking about actually going and buying one.
But have you heard those proudness in this voice when he said, "See, Irish scrapper never wants."
He waits. Well, it's funny. I broke the holder for my phone in my work car at some point while taking off the phone, and the thing broke. And I think either the same evening when I got home and checked the dumpster room, or the day after, I found a new holder in the dumpster. Stuff like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Daniel wants to know, Raphael, have you done a video?
Come on,
your
Daniel.
pancakes?
What's the point to make video of making pancakes?
Hey, it's popular stuff.
Flour, milk, eggs, little sugar, little salt, and on the frying pan. That's it.
Well, that's still difficult for some people.
How can be?
Ralph, I have the opposite problem. I usually find something,
Just
throw it
after you
away,
bought one.
and then need it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, scrap it out and then you want it.
So go on. You can identify these for me. Out of them inverters, there's these.
Just
Red
fly
and
back transformers.
Just transformers, yeah. I'd say they're just transformers.
You reckon?
Do.
Just the transformer.
Yeah.
There's no markings on whatsoever to say how many volts in, how many volts out.
Are they encased in resin or what is it?
Yep.
Just toss them in with the motors.
I know.
It was just just those two leads on there?
Yep.
Huh.
Well, that one. They've got something.
All I went for the big crash of everything falling down sound when he pulled something out.
Falling down.
I got-
Falling down.
That one's got lots of leads on.
Yeah, that one's got lots of leads.
There you go.
Weren't you
That's
near
the
a place
next one.
called Leeds?
But it is shame it's dipped in those gooey stuff.
Resin.
So all what you can do, just cut away the wires and just get rid of it as a transformer.
Yep. Bonk.
I wonder if you put that resin into acetone, would it dissolve it?
I don't know.
I
was
don't think so.
Somebody was going to say they're worth £500 them, and I've just thrown it in there then.
Yeah, that resin is practically indestructible.
Oh, Ian, as you're showing the big stuff, I have something to show to you, buddy. I
Oh,
got
here
it
we
right.
go.
I know
Mine
I-
bigger than
I showed it
yours.
a few
Here
times,
we
but-
go.
What you gonna say about this little bugger? Ah,
Wow, that's a fur all burring.
Make a huge fidget spinner out of it.
come on! I barely hold it with my hand.
What did that come out of?
It's a fidget spinner for King Kong.
Dong, dong, dong,
You
dong,
can
dong.
train with that.
I don't wish they could be.
3, 4, oh,
Look for the
5.
sparing.
Oh, that's enough.
What did you get it out of?
It's not a cut ring, is it?
It is a brass ring in the center. I'm not gonna lift it again, Ian. You're not gonna trick me in that.
You still didn't answer. Where did you get it?
From container from the scrapyard.
Oh,
As I seen that inside, then I look at it. Yeah, I got to have that thing. I pay for that, but oh well.
And
I
what are
don't
you going to do with it?
I'd say the
I just gonna have it and look at it.
Here he is again. We're going to get rid of a lot of shit we can't get rid of.
What we're going to do is every time Raphael comes up, we're going to say, "Hey, show us your big burring," and he's going to go, "Yeah, Get it up.
Exactly.
After a few months, it's going to be like,
Ian, I got my big spanner.
Rafale smash!
Yeah, Raphael smash.
Look at those.
Look at
Oh
that.
God!
There's
Hey,
a
you need to
spanner.
paint that blue.
Big
Yeah,
blue wrench.
but it's nice and black, so
Oh, I can't.
Oh, Matthews has gone to get one now. Wait, you see, he's looking for it.
Gotta find my big wrench.
He's gone looking for it.
Oh, there
yeah, I
it is.
see Ian got his adjustable at some point, the big one. But yeah, it's also awesome too.
There we go.
There you go. Now we're
There it
talking,
is.
Ian.
Look at that.
There we
But
go.
still smaller than mine. Come on.
It's nice and shiny.
It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it.
Oh, that's only 46, Mark. There we go. 46 or more. How is it?
It all depends how wide they open.
It's not the size; it's whether or not it's adjustable.
The little one. There we go. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah. Don't mind the blood here. That's not mine.
That looks very light.
Yeah, it's
Oh, hang on.
I actually got this to make a mold out of this and cast it in aluminium.
I nearly did that then.
What? Hop it off your head.
Yes, nearly, until I realised, hang on, there's a loot.
I really bet
It's
Solar's
not
got really
this thing
good,
that's weak. It's my head that's very strong.
really good laugh out of us because she always come out and catch us when we begin to compare the stuff,
She goes, no
or
way.
sizes and all that stuff.
Oh, it just shows you're a big one.
Cheers, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce Dave here is back in again. I think he was gone for a few days. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, it's cowboy time.
Yeehaw!
Cowboy time.
10
Yeehaw!
10 to 10. It's 10 to 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 10.
I'm going to
I've
take
only
a
8
spanner
minutes
and
left
slap you
anyway.
with it.
So Matthews, you're going to have to stay for the last 8 minutes. I've only 8 minutes left. I've only been 2 hours, so you have to stay for the last 8 minutes. You can't go now.
No! No!
You can't go
Apparently
now.
there was still sawdust in this thing, or shavings.
That
Hey, come on,
happens.
what did you expect of that thingy?
I didn't know what to expect. It's all a mess now. Let's see
So,
if I can.
Everyday Stars, are you still selling stuff to that crowd that is still buying your e-waste off you? Have you brought anything lately to them, or is it all confidential now? You're not allowed to tell us what they're doing with you.
Yeah, they won't let her in the door
You had to
anymore.
sign a
Need
you had to
to
sign a
know
secrecy,
basis only.
document.
She had to sign an NDA.
Oh, I actually got the question for Sharky. You set up the shop at your page, right? At some point. How that work for you? Is that get any interest or not too much?
You mean selling stuff off of my website?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I sold the hot sauce was popular and would sell from the website, but other things seem to be doing better if I put them up on eBay.
Okay.
Was that the shirt melt your face off hot sauce?
It wasn't that hot. Come on.
It wasn't that hot, Matthews.
I still have some, by the way. I mix it through my barbecue sauce. And
I think if
stuff.
Matthews soaked the peppermint, he'd probably go, it was too hot for him.
Mine is long gone because I use it a lot, and then at one time I put like I don't know, quarter of the bottle on the meal to feel some heat.
Yeah, it's not that hot. I didn't want anything that was too hot.
He says.
So I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do that again. I don't have any more. I'm out of it.
Well, you could launch another one. Instead of a hot sauce, you could do like a fruit sauce, a fruity sort of one. Go to a crowd and do a fruity one. You know, like a chutney or something.
Or you can go actually step ahead and go with the hop sauce or hop soup. Or if you want to call it straightforward, just make yourself beer with the special taste. You know, there's plenty local or small brewery what really want to sell some kind of special taste of the brew, with the special name. And actually,
Yeah.
you're the Shark, and Shark, it's quite a good name for the beer, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a brewery here in America that all of their beers are named after sharks.
Okay, cool.
I think
Okay.
it's called Dogfish or something like that brewery.
So Daniel, if you was to separate all your ring poles, you wouldn't weigh them in at the scrapyard as all rolled. You'd put them on eBay as artist materials.
Yes.
Yeah,
Apparently
same
they
as
do
your
sell
platters
for that.
from
Yeah.
same as your platters from the hard drives. Put them on eBay as artistic platters or whatever, and people buy them and make stuff out of them. So,
But you're right, they would go in as all rolled anyway because they're aluminium. Oh,
Aluminanium.
Yeah, most of them, Ian, are, but be careful when you get this small fracture, like 2.5 inches. They are made of glass.
yeah,
Yes.
So don't try to bend them or hit them with the hammer because they just shatter in 1,000
Shatter
pieces.
everywhere.
I got a laptop from someone at some point, and they asked me, "Oh, the hard drive is still in there. Can you make sure that the data is disposed of?" So I made a short video of me taking the hard drive out, taking the hard drive apart, and then taking the disk, the platter out, and then holding it above the trash can and going, and it shattered into 1,000 pieces. I said, "Data be gone."
Yeah, those
That is-
glass discs, man, they'll explode on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I
right.
actually cut myself while doing that, but that wasn't in the little video that I sent them over.
whoa, come on, who's been rude to Solace? Who's been
No.
rude?
She was on about the e-waste crowd. You know, was she still going to keep dealing with them when the way they rang her up and told her to take down the video and stuff like that. See, if someone done that to me and they told me I could do the video, sometimes I'd make irrational decisions like I'd go, you can go and blah, 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 beep 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 and hang up the phone. But as someone said, she's a bit more level-headed.
I should have on Friday when I went to the animal yard. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. But Robert took me took me around the back. Actually, took me around the back.
Took you around the back, did he?
Knocked him over with a 2x4.
Because they're a scrapyard, stuff that they get in, and he like collects all that stuff. He took me around the back and showed me all the stuff collected, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to film it, which I probably will do next time. All the brass ornaments that comes in.
Yeah, stuff that is worth more than scrap, really, because it's still something that.
Well, he had a length of. He had a big length. He had a. He had a large bore copper tube. It's about 6 foot, but I'm telling you, it was that big,
And were you able to walk back around from the back afterwards?
I'm back.
Where were you, Parknest? We all talked with you, but you were gone back then.
Yeah, I had to go do something.
Poor old shark is going to have a heart attack.
Hey, Ian, 6 foot? 6 foot? Come on.
6 foot in height,
Okay.
Definitely
Hi.
and definitely a 2-hander.
You had to get your 2 hands on it, did you?
There was definitely a 2-hander.
Ooh,
Right. And on that note, it's coming near time to finish up. So I'm going to go around and ask everyone what they're doing for the week. So, Ralph, have you any videos coming out now, or what's the story with your free time?
Unmute yourself, first of all.
Sorry, I was hammering earlier. Yes.
We appreciate your
I
courtesy.
will be using the bismuth bar that I got recently to make that sunset bronze, which will be fairly similar to my recent video of the Nordic gold. And after that, I will run several attempts of making this thing. This is Nordic gold and basically a failure. And maybe even doing the bigger one. So, yeah.
It's all about bigger ones tonight.
Easier.
That's what it's all about, the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up in line is Parknest. What are your plans for the
Friday's video will be featuring this car where I change the fuel pump.
What's that, a Mazda or a Toyota?
No, Toyota.
Toyota.
Generation Celica.
Yeah.
It's never run right, but since I changed the fuel pump, it's running better. It's not 100%, but that was definitely the problem, the fuel pump. Original fuel pump.
Okay.
But,
Maybe the driver is the problem, Parky.
no.
No?
Okay,
not-
so is it only one video on Friday, or
I
have
know-
you a video
Yeah,
Sunday?
no video on Sunday. I'm running short of content, so I won't
Okay,
bother with the
so
Sunday video.
Parky's
I
video
did have a
will be
video
on
out
Monday.
today. I did a caravan
Okay.
video out today.
No problem. Next,
I'm
in
gonna do a bit
line,
more.
the next person to come up on my camera row here is
Right,
actually
got to
not
go
Eve.
again.
The next
Be right
person
back.
up is Cruiser. Cruiser, what are your plans for the week?
Well, I may or may not be picking up 100 giant light fixtures. So if that happens, I'll be busy all week.
Okay, and have you any video coming out?
Cruiser Mark, I can give you a tip. If
Different
you,
way. Yeah.
you can hide them behind your bins.
Good luck.
I can hide one behind one bin.
And have you any video coming out during the week, or any plans for a video?
Well, if I snag those lights, I'll do a video on that. It'll be more hilarious than anything. But
Okay, so that's what Cruiser's plan for the week. Next up is Shark Scrapper.
sure.
So Monday, I have done a return on an investment video on taking the shields off of shielded Goldfinger Ram. And Thursday is going to be some telecom scrap.
Yeah, I like the comparison videos where you show whether it's worth taking stuff off and will it make it worth more money, or is it just leave it on there if you're like in your game when you're making money out of stuff. Like to me, I'll always strip everything out. But for people who want to know whether it's worth their time or not, I like them videos.
Yeah. And this RAM video turned out to be very interesting. I was surprised by the results.
Okay. Next in
I
line
was surprised
is
as well, the Sharky doing the videos.
Mr. Matthews. What's your plan, Mr. Matthews?
Well, I'm doing an update on these inverters. You know, because
And when will that be available?
I left you all hanging, didn't I? What was I going to do after I cogitated?
Well, we all know what you did because we've seen your bench.
Yeah, so you've had a sneak preview. I broke them all up.
Yeah. And when is the video coming out?
Well, it's not
Around midnight?
No, not tonight. Because I planned to watch the last episode of Obi-Wan and start the second episode of Umbrella Academy.
Oh, Umbrella Academy. Yeah.
This time it's probably get in, shouted at, get showered. And then
Get in, get sorted.
not sorted, get shouted at.
Okay, and the last person on the row to ask is.
To be honest, I got no plan whatsoever.
Okay,
Nothing at all.
that's it. Okay,
Maybe
away we go.
video, maybe not. I don't.
Okay, bye.
Pancake.
Bye-bye.
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Pancakes are for breakfast tomorrow. So
Okay, well,
that's how far I planned for now.
Okay. Before I go, I'd like to thank everyone as normal for coming up onto the panel. Anyone that came up, anyone that was in chat, anyone that didn't even comment but watched. I appreciate you all. And there's no video Thursday because it's only every 2 weeks for me. So I've nothing on Thursday. If you haven't seen last Thursday's video when Pop Scrap, I went through some of the stuff that Pop Scrap got me. Plus, Pop Scrap is nearly up at 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys haven't got him, you might, if you think about it, might give him a subscribe, but it's up to yourselves. I can't make anyone subscribe to anyone else. Check him out. If you think he's worth subscribing to, try and get him to that 1,000, hopefully. He's at 989. So we hopefully might get him to 1,000 eventually. So from me and the rest, thanks for being in. And Ralph, you get to say it.
I like to comment on Poosmate first quickly.
Okay.
Yes, please do all watch my videos because I'm a poor jobless man now and I need all the support I can get. And scrap you all later.
Okay, thanks to everyone in chat and take care and see you all next week, hopefully, next Sunday. Bye-bye.
See everyone later.
You know,